him up. You got game, boy.
Wicked and Monk B are just two of 196 all-American kids who now call Cambodia home.
Checkmate, boy. Come on, man.
All right, let's go. One more time.
Like all of the others, they're the children of Cambodian refugees. Sent here after President Bush began deporting convicted criminals in 2002. Most of them had only committed minor crimes.
Once you've committed a crime, you're done, man. You know, so you're on the list for deportation. And, you know, a lot of the guys have been released from prison and then started to, you know, go on with their life, get married and have children and, you know, work or go to college and things like that. As for myself, I got out and went to college, worked full-time, and started doing really good. So I was out about almost 2 years when one day I got a phone call while I was getting ready for work, and the immigration officer had asked me to come in to fill out.
He says they tricked him, saying they'd lost some paperwork and needed him to come in and fill it out again. He told his mother he wouldn't be long.
Before I left Mom's house, she was just like, why don't you eat first? And I'm like, nah, I'll be back half an hour. So when I went to go check in, I never came back, and that was that. Found myself in Cambodia.
29-year-old Monk B is from Virginia. Like the others, he was a permanent resident of the US, but he hadn't become a citizen. He'd served his jail sentence, but was then kept in immigration detention for 2 years.
One day, like May something of 2003, they came knocking on the door, pack your bags. I'm like, where I'm going? Home.
So when they said home, they meant Cambodia, not home.
Yeah, I found that out when I got out.
The Cambodian government had reluctantly agreed to accept the convicted criminals under diplomatic pressure from Washington. So now this is Monk B's new home, and he's trying to focus on a normal life with his new Cambodian wife and 2-year-old daughter.
There ain't no more egg and bacon. No more, you know what I mean? No more waffles, no more nothing. Once in a while. Yeah, baby, I got you.
Monk B has struggled to adapt to his new life. On arrival, he ran off the rails and ended up doing another stint in jail. His wife, Chamnan, knows about his past and says it doesn't bother her. But many in Cambodia are not so forgiving. His old neighbours didn't like the new American next door, and Monk B had to move out. His parents sent him the money to buy this small house.
It's okay. It's not all good, but it's good for me because I got a roof.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The restroom.
Even though the roof leaks, at least it's a roof.
The roof leaks. It leaks all here. Look, all this stuff, that's from the leaks. You know what I mean? Can't open this window because you're going to smell all the cow shit and shit. That's my father when he was in the army or military, whatever.
On his walls are photos of the life he can never return to.
My father loves me. I'm the firstborn, you know. I was just supposed to take his place, but now my second brother took the place, you know what I'm saying, on the stuff. Because I'm always gone. I didn't want to listen to him. That's him right here when we was living in an apartment complex and stuff, when he first bought his first car, a Volkswagen Jetta.
And who's the monk?
That's me. That's when I was...
When Monk B started getting into trouble again in Cambodia, his parents convinced him to become a monk.
You managed to cover your tattoo with the...
Yeah, a little bit. That's just the whole uniform, the whole outfit of the monk, you know? Normally I just walk with a little... And then like, look at the gangster monk coming. Ah! Like, yo, don't walk like that. I'm like, man, this is my walk, man. You can't, come on, man. I can't stop walking the way I walk.
It was a struggle, but he managed to last a year in the monastery and came out with his new name and a new approach to life.
Living life is like, I don't have to do nothing big and spectacular, you know what I mean? I just live a normal life and live day by day, get older and older. Last time I want to have gray hair just like you. You know what I mean?
While Monk B is now coping well in Cambodia, many of the deportees are not. This is a support centre for them, known as the Returnee Integration Support Program, or RISP.
What's up, bros?
It was started by an American pastor, trying to help the new arrivals survive their first 2 years here. Tan SONEC is the director and a deportee himself.
We provide housing, we provide medical supports. We have a couple of severe psychological cases now who are not able to live independently and must be under supervisions. Without the programs, they'd be out there, they'd be in prison or they'd be dead. All right, somebody, you be cool, all right? Yeah. No graffiti, no...
No, but that's for me,
All right.
Hey, over here.
Smokey is one of those who needs to live here at the RISP refuge.
I was taking a wrong medication for a 5 years and give me a fuck up in the head, you know, just like problem all the time, you know, just like...
Mental problem.
Yeah, mental problem.
Spooky is also sleeping here at RISP.
I think they only let you stay like a few or a couple months, that's it. Then you have to move on. They try to have you get a job. If you stay here, they try to let you have have you out and get a job, like make your CV.
So without them, you'd be pretty stuck.
Without, yeah, pretty much. Be on the street.
That's the hard part. Like right now, a lot of people can't really support themselves financially. That's the hard thing. It's the financial thing. You know, we like from this guy, what they trying to say? Just trying to make something to eat day by day. You know?
The RISP program receives funding from only a few sources, one of which is America's USAID. But the US government has decided to stop funding the program from the end of this month.
Look like it's stuck. we have to take the whole thing off.
Their director, SONEC, is wondering how they'll be able to carry on without that money.
Well, the organization is in limbo situations at the moment, and I'm a little concerned about our funding situations to be able to keep this going beyond next year.
The timing couldn't be worse, because thousands more are set to be deported here.
Deportation? I think it's sickening.
Holly Bradford has worked with the deportees for 6 years.
They need to look at it on an individual case-by-case basis. They shouldn't be deporting guys who are mentally ill, because it's a death sentence for them. And I'm saying, you know, we bury them.
Bradford founded Korsang, a needle exchange and harm reduction program for drug addicts in Phnom Penh. This is virtually the only place that deportees can get a job. In the 5 years it's been running, more than 50 of them have worked here.
Actually, I came here to start the program for them. So the whole reason I came was to start a harm reduction program in Cambodia with them in mind and hiring them so they would have something that, you know, for the future, that they could work and be trained, and they couldn't find jobs. And when I brought that to them and explained what that meant, harm reduction, they got it right away. When you come from the street and you work in harm reduction, you get to kind of still stay close to the street, so you're not missing it or trying, you know what I mean? And I think that works for them too.
The deportee's job is to make sure that local addicts are given medical treatment and 2 cooked meals a day. But that's not enough to keep some of them alive. This heroin addict's body is shutting down.
What's wrong with him, sorry?
Well, a few things. Viruses, various viruses, hepatitis, and he's anemic, so he's got no blood in him. He's really sick.
On arrival at hospital, he was diagnosed with leukemia as well, and he died last week.
How's it been today?
It's kind of busy day today. There's more smokers, ATX, and there's a little bit less IDU, but it's basically almost normal.
When you say smokers, you mean ice?
Smoking ice, methamphetamine, and amphetamine.
Jet, who was deported from Massachusetts, volunteered here for 3 months before getting a paid job as an HIV educator.
There's quite a bit of HIV and AIDS going around, and hepatitis in Cambodia right now. And it's a big problem right now, people using the same needles. That's why we give out needle, we give out hygienes, condoms, slow down the spread of HIV.
Jet fought deportation for 4 years and failed. Now his 2 children are growing up without him in the United States, while he battles a mental illness alone.
I was on medication, so when I got here, there was no medicine for me. So I kind of went a little crazy for a while. I did things that I don't realize. You know, I mean, I've been through goods, I've been through bad, but most of the time I've been through really bad in Cambodia, bad experience.
While Jet works the day shift, Monk B works the night.
Got stabbed in the eye, but now they just cut. It was the meat just hanging. Now I guess, they cut it out and putting the patch on it and stuff.
I tell them, say, I used to be a criminal too. You know what I mean? I used to rob, I used to steal, I used to do all that, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Sell drugs, but I learned, I knew that's why I can work here. That's why I tell them, that's why I can work here, because I understand y'all. That's why y'all like me.
Monk B is great. I mean, he's been working here like 5 years. When we first got here, like all of us, we were wild, me included, you know? But, you know, once you're here a while, you figure out if you keep being wild, you're gonna die here. So, you know, there comes a time where you need to calm down and get serious and start working. So he's done that. He's transformed and evolved quite a bit, yeah.
For now, the deportees are trying to make the most of their lives in Cambodia. Wicked lives at his American girlfriend's house, but has no hope of ever returning to the US.
It's hard because, you know, some people have kids in the States and they won't ever, you know, see their kids again. You know what I mean? And especially like my daughters, they're half American. You know what I mean? Like, so what happens when I want them to go off to college? To Harvard or something, you know, to high school, or visit their grandparents in the States, you know what I mean? I can't take them. They would have to go alone or with their mom.
The president who sent them here is now gone. But with thousands more on the way, Wicked hopes that his successor will stop the deportations.
Obama, act quick, man.
Let them know.
Act quick, man. Because there's a lot of lives that you can save, and there's a lot of lives that, you know, that are depending on you.
Goodbye.